This is the guy that calls me an anti-Semite every day. This right here, guys, is why the left has lost the young men. Look at this shit, man. This nigga, bro. Look at this shit, chat. Look at this. So fucking cringe. This is the guy that calls me an anti-Semite every day. Hold on. Was there no noise? No sound?
Okay, I like this.
Bro.
Oh, you have a cat thing going on.
Smaller.
Yes. Okay, I like this. Well, you have a cat thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So what if, I mean, just off the top of my head, what if it's side, sway, ear, yeah.
That's
something like that.
perfect.
Just off the top of my head.
Okay.
Just off. Okay.
Like,
Hit it though. Sway, ear, clean it, paw, make a paw. Thank you. Clean it. Yeah. I'm working with amateurs.
I've never been cute in my life. Oh, they're blasting heat from here. It's crazy. I've never been cute in my life. I don't know.
One more time. And this time hit it perfect. Sway, clean the ear.
Bruh. What the fuck is this, man?
That's the gift right there.
Bro.
Smaller.
Bro. See, Hassan has been complaining all year, right, about the radicalization of young men to the right, whether it's through the red pill, being misogynist, being bigoted, being anti-Semitic, whatever the fuck terms he wants to use. He's been complaining about this for a very long time. He's been a harsh critic of guys like myself, Andrew Tate, etc. And with, Andrew Tate getting banned, with us getting, demonetized and shadow banned because the Department of Homeland Security wrote a whole paper, by the way, on the manosphere, guys, FYI, right? With us being suppressed, he's been even more vocal about this. And then especially last year with the election year, he was very vocal about this. Him, Ethan Klein, etc., these liberals, Destiny, they've all been very critical of the right, and they've all been critical of people like myself and Andrew Tate that they say have radicalized young men. Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, etc. But what they don't realize is that the reason why guys, young guys especially, are coming over to the right is because, quite frankly, on the left, no one respects them, right? No one respects them, and they don't want masculine men on the left. They don't. If you go to a university, right, nowadays especially, and you behave like a guy, boys being boys, they're going to call you crass, rude, misogynistic, a chauvinist, or some other pejorative term, right? Calling you that has something to do with misogyny. That's what it is nowadays. So what Hassan and Ethan Klein don't realize, because we're all in the same age group, by the way, FYI. Like, Hassan, I think, is like a year younger than me or whatever. Ethan Klein we're all born 80s, 90s. We're all millennials, is my point. Millennials, for us, it was cool to be liberal. We voted for Obama, change, yeah, woo, right? Now, some of us grew up and realized that the left keeps going left and it gets worse, right? Like someone like a Tim Pool used to be considered a liberal, right? And then some of us said, fuck it, I'm going to keep up with the trends. I'm going to continue to be woke, right? I'm going to continue to be woke. And as things get more and more left, I'm going to go left with it, right? But what they don't realize is the left is an ever-shifting animal. And not only is it an ever-shifting thing, it disproves of certain characteristics, and these characteristics tend to be masculine traits. So when someone finds someone like us, fresh and fit, Sneeko, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, etc., and we talk about the perils of being a man, right? The burner performance of masculinity. We talk about the deregulated sexual marketplace. We talk about how guys, have an inherent disadvantage when it comes to dating and mating and all this other stuff. We don't have to say much for them to go, holy shit. Like, where have these motherfuckers been all my life, right? Because guys like Hassan and Ethan Klein have been lying to them, right? They've been lying to them. Oh yeah, man, just be super accepting. But the problem is that the left is not accepting. As much as they sit there and they try to say that, oh, we're champions of humanitarianism and we're good, we got to be progressive and we got to accept everybody and we got to be inclusive. They're actually not inclusive. They're not at all. Because they practice the same bigotry that they cry about all the time, because they are intolerant of people that have different ideals than them, okay? That is the key, my friends. Because when it comes to censorship, when it comes to mass reporting, when it comes to people losing their platforms, the left overwhelmingly pushes for censorship more than the right. They just do, right? So young men have a choice. They go on TikTok and they see guys like this, right? This isn't natural for a man to do, by the way, right? They see guys doing this shit, and they're like, oh, wait, is this what's being cool? And they attempt to be one of these like left-leaning weirdos. And then they find content like what me and Andrew Tate are making. We're telling guys, yo, go to the gym. Stop being a fat piece of shit. You're supposed to be a leader. Get your shit together. Why does that resonate with young men? Because it's natural. It's fucking natural. This right here is not natural. It's not natural. So of course, when given the choice, young men that are Gen Z are overwhelmingly going to go ahead and go more a conservative right-wing take on things. Because it's natural, right? That's what conservatism really is if we're going to break it down. It's simply an adherence to biological realities, right? That's what it is. But the left tries to tell you that down is up and up is down. And you need to accept it that way because that's how other people interpret it. There's 97 genders. We need to use the right pronouns, right? That's what they do. So it's no fucking wonder when Hassan goes on podcasts, either Klein goes on podcasts and they complain that young men are being radicalized by people like me or Andrew Tate or whatever. It's not that we're radicalizing them. It's that we tell them how the world works and then they say, holy shit, and they get that fucking light bulb moment and they're like, yes, I've experienced this. Women don't want to date me. Damn, I'm fat. I'm broke. My peers don't respect me. People don't take me seriously. This is all resonating with me because I'm experiencing it. Let me listen to what these guys got to say. That, my friend, is why people from the right are far more influential now than people on the left. Because the left is turned into fucking Looney Tunes. And since it's turned into Looney Tunes, and you guys don't operate in reality, your audience base can't identify with you. This is why people like Hassan Piker and H3 Podcast, they've been losing views. Their viewership has gone down because it doesn't align with reality. The only liberal that still has like a sizable audience and is very relevant is someone like Destiny. Because he's willing to go ahead and debate people that are on the right. Whereas people like Ethan Klein and Hassan don't. They just don't. For obvious reasons, right? Because they don't have reality on their side. So when these guys are going around complaining and crying, etc., well, who are you going to listen to? You're going to listen to a guy like me and Andrew Tate who have some like actual shit that we've accomplished? Or are you going to listen to a motherfucker like this who's a product of nepotism? You know, big Uncle Czech got him a job at Young Turks, and he's been a lifelong streamer. Didn't really have a real job. This is why the masculine youth don't identify with the left anymore. They just don't. And they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. Anytime someone that's a liberal says, hey, we're losing the men, we're losing we're losing the guys, the boys, etc., show them this. This is the biggest left-wing political streamer on Twitch, by the way, chat. FYI. Biggest left-wing political streamer on Twitch. You can make the argument probably he's one of the biggest ones on YouTube as well. H3, Destiny, him. There's a couple others. But they all look and behave the same. This is why people don't watch this shit. Curtis Connor, these right? Do young men want to emulate this? No, they don't. They don't. This is not natural at all. Guys want to be big. They want to be strong. They want to have fast cars, hot girls, etc. They want to be financially competent. They want respect. That's so important. They want respect. You don't get respect by dressing up like this. So Hassan, the reality is as much as you complain about young men being radicalized by influencers on the right, you have yourself to fucking blame. You really have yourself to blame. Because I'll tell you this, it's cooler and it's more profitable to be liberal and left-leaning. Why are people still not taking the left side? It's because shit like this is forced, it's annoying, it's not cool, and worse yet, you'll sit there and say, oh, well, I'm just comfortable with my sexuality, dude. I could get girls still. Yeah, that's because you're Hassan Piker. You're rich and famous. A regular nigga can't do this. A regular dude is going to get laughed out the fucking wooza for behaving like this. This right here, guys, is why the left has lost the young men and will continue to lose them. They will continue to lose them.